Hello and welcome to another live stream of the Midnight Technician. In today's video, or today's stream, we are going to take a look at the project. I did make some changes. Um, I got kind of tired of having it in two separate projects. I get flip-flopping between two different IntelliJ windows. Um, so I had merged the website into the project. So now we can just have everything in one place. That being said, the shared service is still the shared module is still a sub-module. It's not put into the project yet. I'll refactor that later. Um, also, what else did I do? I did a little bit of admin-ish work. I didn't get a whole lot of actual code written yesterday. Um, rather, I chit-chatted with the Midnight staff and talked a little bit about the project itself, and I actually made a Trello, a, a Trello board, workspace for it, just so that I could more plan out what what to do each day and what to do overall with it. Um, I have that link. Actually, I have a picture of that in our Discord channel for an example of what I got going on. My goal is to wrap things up with the front end part of the website so that I can focus more on just the back end. So, because I want to wrap up a few more things that I need in the front end so that I can finish designing the back end, and then I can uh, better figure out what it is that I want to store in the analytics service. Because if you watched me yesterday, we created, or I went over the analytics service that was introduced so that we could store some data into a separate database as a service that we can uh, get information back from on dashboard views um, in our administrator in the administrator panels. Uh, so today, there's not a whole lot that's different in here. So I'm going to be browsing through the customer's dashboard and looking to wrap things up for the customer's view. We're going to make it so that the customer can view all of the ticket history into one page, as well as we are going to um, create uh, another page for viewing. So like the at the bottom of the page, there's devices, and the idea that I had was I want to be able to click on that device, go to a page that has sort of a header section that tells me about the device name, um, when it was added, when it was last serviced, um, and then populate beneath that a list of tickets that are associated with that device. I thought that was kind of cool. I was talking to I was talking to Z about that last night. I might start recording some things in kind of a podcast form because I meet with some of the developers at late at night. We wind up having these little midnight coffees that I've been calling it, where we just sort of chit chat, talk shop, and I figured it might be kind of cool to hear us talk about this project and do kind of a thing where we're talking more about the design aspects behind the scenes and like, uh, yeah. If you guys think that's a good idea, let me know. Drop a comment in the chat live in the Discord. Let me know. Um, it's something that I've been kind of thinking on. Just honestly having just like a little podcast like thing of just the midnight coffee where myself and other developers in the Discord just jump into kind of a roundtable discussion and kind of talk about things we're working on, things we're doing, theories, whatever. Juniors can question seniors if there's any around, sort of deal. I don't know. Let me know what you think in the comments, and we'll plan something out like that. Could be fun. All right. So, yeah. So the goal for today is to make a way so that the customers can see a ticket history of their tickets, as well as a way for us to click on a device and have it take us off into um, a ticket view for those. So if we have time, we'll also introduce a little bit of paging, just in the way that we'll sort of refresh the view. Um, but I also want to go over the employee dashboard, and I want to readjust some of the quick actions on the top of the screen. I want to add a new one for clocking in and out. Um, I want to have one for creating a customer, one for creating a device, one for creating a service ticket, so that there's 4 buttons up on the top that the employees can click. Just for a use case would be if they have a storefront and there was a customer that just came in with their phone, for example, they got a cracked screen, they need to get it changed. So at that point, the employee would register the device, ask the customer if they want to provide their email to join up, um, I suppose. But we would create the device, optional, create the customer, but then we would create the service ticket, tie the device to the ticket, and just so that there's um, a use case example, just a storefront. Um, the other thing is that I want to add a section to the top of the tickets page for the employees so that they see their uh, their tickets. So anything that's assigned to them. And I also want to change the name of open service tickets to just unclaimed because technically that's all they are. Everything technically beneath there is open. Um, and again, if we have time, I want to add some paging aspects to that so that each of those views has 6 tickets maximum, and then down in the bottom, a little button that says next or like a link, that anchor link that says next, and it will refresh that one section telling us what the new information is on this page. And we'll just essentially query the back end and be like, yo, give me all the results for this on page 1 with a maximum of this. And it'll take care of that in the back end. I may or may not hold off on the paging thing, and I may just make a standalone video showing it, explaining it, talking about it, how it works, just so people have an idea. Yeah, I might do that. Okay, so maybe we'll scrap the paging for a standalone video where I can be more um, a little more on focus and we'll say professional about it. Um, so on the manager's dashboard, I want to add a quick action for them to be able to open up a search for customers. So like when they click on customer, I want to bring up a search form, like, do you want to find them by first name, last name, uh, find them by email address, yada yada. and then submit that, come back with a list of all of those that match, so that the managers can then simply pick the right one, go into it, and see some information about the customer, their name, their information, all of their devices, and all of their open tickets. Maybe with a little information about how many tickets in total they have. Um, some of this has not been fully thought through, so some of this is one of these things that I'll be chatting with later on this evening, um, during my midnight coffee with the boys. Do you want to get involved in that? Like, honestly, join the Discord and like join the voice chat when we do it, even if you just mute up and listen to us. Um, I also want to add a way to have the managers get into time management. So, like when the employees clock in, clock out, sort of deal. I want the managers to be able to view all of the um, all of the employees and their time, so that if somebody say forgot to log out or forgot to log in, like the manager can essentially go in and fix that. I know that there's other things out there that do it. The whole point of this is just introducing different things into a single project that is open source and open knowledge. Um, so that being said, um, I also want to add a button, instead of having it being how many tickets were resolved this month. I want to make it into monthly report, so that that way we can just click on it and we can see there was this many customers that were created or registered, there was this many devices that were registered this month, this many open tickets, this many closed tickets, and be able to provide some of that information to the manager's view as well. Um, and then also I want to be able to have an employee view, so that they can go in and they can click on a list of employees and select the employee they want. Well, actually, they can see the list of employees. Click on the view profile button, bring up kind of a card view across the top, giving the information: first name, last name, start date, position, yada yada, and then beneath that have sort of a history or like detailed information about how many tickets that this person has done, how many this, what they're like. Maybe we'll dig into some scheduling aspect and be like how many days they've worked, how many hours, yada yada. Sort of just some information about the employee. Again, this is one of those things that I'm going to be talking about in the midnight coffee. Um, be more about the design aspects of this, but as for today, right now, we are going to dive into the customer's dashboard, so that we can have a way that they can see the history of tickets that they have, and that they can click on a device and see what they're going to. So that being said, let's get my fat head out of the screen and bring up some code, and make sure you have a full cup of coffee, and we'll dive on in. All right, and apparently I'm off in the corner this time, and huge. Let's calm that down a little bit. I don't know why that changed. Sorry, guys. Really don't know why that changed. Cool. All right. Welcome to the world, Cypher. All right. So, as you can see here, I stuck the website in, as I mentioned. So, we're going to jump into resources, templates, dashboards, customer. We got a ticket view already, so they can view just their straight up ticket. Um, we have their actual dashboard, but now we want to make a way where they can view a ticket history. So honestly, I think I'm just going to copy the ticket view, make this into a ticket history, history view, I suppose. Yeah, we'll add it. Now in here, service ticket details. All right, so we're gonna just delete that and that and that. Okay, welcome header, welcome back. Oh yeah, okay, we want that. Actually, why is this header, if I remember correctly, is massive compared to the index view? Is it because of no? Because dashboard still has a small. If you're curious to what I'm talking about here, let me just fire up the whole service here, and I'll get myself logged in. So when you're on like your regular um customer view, the header where it says welcome is nice and slim, versus when you go to it, like up here, this is massive, but you know, whatever, it kind of fits. So this here, when you log in, okay, I know for a fact that is the right password. What? This does this from time to time to me, and I don't. I, I need to look into why. Um, from time to time, I think it's to do with bcrypt. Honestly, I really don't know. Um, I don't change anything as far as dependencies. I don't change anything as far as um, I don't change anything other than just the fact that I turned this off. And so from weirdly enough, from time to time, it tells me that like everything is good, everything's fine, we're great, yay. Then all of a sudden, I log in later with the same credentials, and no, we're not good anymore. We're no longer friends, and it does what it just did there for me. Like, I know I'm putting in the password because, like, legitimately, for this website, it's literally just I'm just using my name lowercase. Like, fuck you. There we go. So up here, this is nice and slim. Welcome, welcome to. So I copy pasted this to use on the ticket view, but when I click it, this is fucking huge. So I don't know the difference. Well, I mean, I know the difference. It's about fucking 6 inches. So like as you can see here, this one's good and fine. Are these legitimately not the right height? Or not equal height? What? There we go. Jesus. Okay, so like we know where they start, and down here's where it finishes. So what did I change? Okay, so I did change something there. Cool. Header contain. Oh, you know what? Let's look at the dashboard. Welcome title, and I just took out the bottom part. Welcome title, welcome section. Yep, and that is coming from same script. Dashboard header new, and that's got new ticket, but where am I pulling this from? Yeah, it's pulling it from the same damn file. Cool. So yeah, so I'm a little confused on why the I'm a little confused on why the header is so large. On this, no, they both have container. Both like I literally just did that and then took out that. But I mean, hmm, sure. Cool. And now let's click the website one. Let's rerun the website. This is why I liked having, I used to like having this here side by side. All right. So refresh, login. Oh, right. I'm in the wrong thing now. I'm in the. Either way, same shit. H1, like, right. Same shit. Took out that. Actually, no, we'll leave that in here. I just don't understand why that thing is so huge and why this one's underlined and the other one's not. And they're using the same. We thought they were using the same. Java, and yeah, huge, huge. On dev tools, I wanted to inspect. So why in the hell is this so damn big? Yeah, welcome header. Why the hell is this so massive? Shadow, border at the bottom, dark border, background image. It's just the, yeah, like, whoa, what the hell was that? Copilot. The hell is Copilot doing? What did I even ask you? Go away. Okay. Yeah, no idea why this dashboard.header is so huge. So you're in there twice, are you? Cool. So the header, this header is used in everything, and ticket view is the only one. Okay, no, that's just when we shrink it. But like, I don't know. Honestly, it kind of annoys me. All right, so I want to be able to come in here and I want to be able to add, so they're into the customer dashboard. Active service tickets. That is in this fragment. Okay. So this one here tells us how many we have open. And can I just duplicate that line and um I want to make, well, I honestly at this point I just want to make sure it will render uh render shit render what I want to. Um the idea is I want it to be side by side. I'm not sure if I have to wrap this in a flex or flex in a yeah, in a flex thing, sort of like I did for the uh the two buttons on the ticket view, or the not ticket view, that this ticket view. Um, I had to do a div flex in order to stick buttons side by side. So I'm curious if I have to do the same thing here. Let's dive into here. Well, that definitely went side by side. Not quite the side by side that I want. So yes, I do have to stick a flex around it, or stick a flex. Oh my god. Ignore my ignorance, stupidity. All right. Um. Okay, do this, do that, and now I want to make. I do want to have some padding. I think, because I think this is just going to put the buttons side by side, touching. Oh yeah, shit! What the hell am I waiting for? Hmm. Yeah, that puts them basically touching. It's not exactly what I wanted to. Not exactly what I wanted to do. And I want to make it into um, a button like this. So let's go back into the customer tickets. Da. I'm gonna say A is this, and now this to. Yeah, I think that's what I want to do for now, and then I gotta add that, and then I gotta add that controller into our dashboard controller. Java controllers, dashboard controller. I wish I could get these to be minimized. All right, user ticket, and I'm basically gonna copy that or duplicate that. And this is gonna be get customer ticket history. Really? Oh, stop left clicking. Get it right, Mike. Okay, so user, grab the customer, and then I need to grab all tickets for said customer. Okay. Okay, so we have this history, pass in the customer, and I want to. Do I have a way to get all tickets? Now I got to make a call to the ticketing service. Main history, config services, ticketing, controllers. Get open tickets for email. That gets me all of my open tickets for that email. So that's creating a new ticket. That's updating ticket. Claiming a ticket. Closing a ticket. Adding a note to a ticket. Getting a specific ticket. Getting all open tickets, but I want all tickets. This is just getting all opened and getting all claimed and getting all unclaimed. And these are just counts. Okay, so I need a way to grab all the history for a customer. So I'm going to just duplicate this. For those of you that wonder how I do that, that is just highlight everything and press Control D. LJ makes it simple. So I'm going to get all of the tickets for the email. So customer, I'm going to call it history. Get mapping to customer history, passing in the email. Yeah, I'm going to leave that at 15. So now I'm going to go with open tickets. This is finding all open. I don't want to find all open. I want to find all. Do I have a method for that? No, that is to create, update, close, save, count, get recent, get a service ticket, get all open, get all open. What? Get all open tickets. Get all open tickets. Okay, well, whatever. Again, that's still only getting me all open, unclaimed, all the... Okay, so I need to get all tickets. So get all, or you know what, get ticket history for email. Taking the email. This is just going to be, so I have a find all by email. Find all by customer ID. Oh shit. Okay, so that's still cool. Find all by customer ID, map them all to this, and we'll take care of the whole paging thing at a later time when I go through that video. So for now, this will be grabbing all by the customer's ID. Is the customer ID their email? Now, now I'm wondering. Do this shit as a tree. Okay, yes, customer ID is their email. Wow, that was poorly named. Okay. Okay, so that will grab all. That'll grab everything. Okay, so let's copy this and go back into the controller. We want to get a history, so here we want to find this and respond with open tickets. I'm just going to rename this to get history for email. Sure. All right, so that's there we go. Yeah, there we go. Okay. So, if I restart the ticketing service so that I don't forget to do that later, um, now I can dive back into the dashboard controller, and this is going to be making a GET request like this. Whoa, like this, and EST. All right, and this is going to be like a history. Okay, so this is now going to be a list, service ticket DTOs. Um, One way or the other, it's going to be something, or it's going to be an empty list. So now the ticket history, and this needs to go to ticketing. What are you, 81? 81. Okay. Okay, so ticketing, customer. This is ticketing for tickets. So this was tickets, customer history, and then tack on the email. Customer history, email, boom, 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 boom. There we go. So now this should return the history. So now we can come down to our model view and we can stick that into the ticket history so that we can pop into here, and here we'll be able to um, do a quick little if check to see um, if the customer is, or if the customer's device history. Yeah, sure, we'll stick a header in there. Sure, why not? If the customer's device history is empty, we're just going to simply say, nothing to see, no history. Otherwise, we're going to generate a list of tickets, very much like we do in the, um, and honestly, I'm probably going to just reuse that div. Oh, no, I can't reuse that div. All right. I am going to take a quick minute to run and grab more coffee. If you haven't already, I advise you to get some coffee as well with me, and I will be back in just a moment. All right. I'm back. I've got some coffee. Let's go ahead and dig into this. So, we want to come out and make a div here and just say um, time leave unless, or sorry, time leave if. Look at that. It even knows what we're doing. Um, this is really dashboard controller. Oh, ticket history is what I called it. If you name it right, it doesn't underline and squiggle. So if this is empty, um, then we just simply want to say that there are no tickets found. Good job, autocomplete. So now I want to come down here, and now I want to do another div to say that if these are not empty, then we want to go ahead and we want to populate some data here. So what I'm going to do here, make this bigger so I can see stuff. I'm going to take a look at the customer tickets. And I'm basically going to copy and paste this stuff. Like literally. Jesus. Yeah. Yeah. I'm just going to, because so long as we're not doing any if then we're going to go over each one and do this. So yeah, I'm just going to copy paste this into here. And we're going to say ticket history, which means I can technically get rid of up there. Okay, so hold on. Minimize, bitch! All right. So I'm going to take this and lift it out to here. And then I don't need this because I'm already checking. So if the list is not empty. Oh. So exclamation lists is empty. So TimeLeaf provides some helpful utilities, you can say. So you can do things like checking lists. I can compare strings with the strings with the hashtag strings and other elements like that as well. So in here, I'm looking to say, so if this is not empty, then I want to loop over each of the ticket histories. So this is basically saying for each ticket inside of ticket history, do something. And so in here, we're going to say, all right, if the ticket is pending, we're going to list it out here as pending. If it's in progress, we'll do this. If it's open, we'll do this. And this is just going to print out all of their ticket history. And it will give them the ability to go in and to see the ticket history as well, or see the ticket for further details. I should probably consider adding a search to this, because I imagine this could get rather large. However, now I'm thinking also about how I could reuse this, but at the same time, can't because different view. But I mean, I could break it off into a fragment, turn it into a ticket view. And then I can reuse it for the two of these, make them smaller, and then if I have to change anything, I just change it one. Yeah, I think I'm going to do that. Okay, I talked myself into it. All right, so fragments, views, customer dashboard, ticket, customer ticket, customer that. Customer ticket view, I suppose. Customer ticket view, yeah, customer ticket view. Yeah, sure. This is a fragment in itself already, isn't it? Yeah, it is. That's this one. Okay, so I'm just gonna make a copy paste of this, and I'm just gonna call this tickets. Yeah, I'm just gonna call this tickets. We'll add it in, and it is just going to be no, because now I got to change the lists. Oh, it's gonna be more frustrating. Because one is open tickets, one is history. They're ah. I can reuse that though. Can reuse that. I can reuse that. So I don't care if its status is pending. I don't care about the status pending. Um, I don't care about the rest of the shit. That's all I care about. That's all I technically care about, and I just need to pass in a ticket. Oh, it's still not gonna work. Oh, okay. Rethink that over the midnight coffee. All right. So we are going to, I guess, run this and see what it looks like. Let's rerun the website. Why do I have two of these? All right. So the view history, if I click this, it does take me to a history. I don't, interesting. And if I view details, some of these are open. Why are they all open? I do want closed tickets too. Interesting. It still only has 6. But if I'm on my dashboard, I still have the same 6. But they're listed right. Interesting. Why is the first one empty? Why are they not wrapping? Why are they not centered? Why is this failing? What? Okay, so my CSS must be messed up. That must be why this is so big. But like, in here, it should be like this header line should only be within the portion here. It shouldn't span the entire width. So something in my CSS, I believe, is a little wonky. Because even these ticket views they're not showing up the way they should. So something is off with the CSS. Yeah, something has to be off with the CSS. Lovely. I am not a front end guy, and I have no idea what I'm doing. What up, Shady? Welcome to the world, dude. Thanks for logging in. All right, all right, all right. I don't know why that is. I'll have to dig into that later on. So interestingly, now we've got a way to view our ticket history. I need to go back into the dashboard to make sure that I'm like, oh my God, just squeeze your way in there, dude. Like, what the hell? This little guy's got no sense of personal space. No sense of personal space. Just totally pulled his fat ass up on the armrest, ripping my armrest apart a little bit, just so that he could fit himself in like the smallest little crevice between my stomach and my desk. Yes, you little critter. Cute as hell, but all right. Um, rerun this in debug mode so I can stick a. So I'm curious to if that is all of my history, like all of my tickets, because I could have sworn I've technically have closed tickets and theoretically all 9 of these tickets are technically associated with me. Yeah, they're all associated to customer ID me. So let's go to here. Let's go to ticketing. And we're going to look for ticket history get. And we are just simply going to pass in the email. Okay, so now if I was to run this, yeah, okay. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Okay. So if I hit up that endpoint, I do indeed. And this is also why I wanted to put this in one project, guys, because if you're not using IntelliJ, you're doing something wrong with your Spring Boot development. So this allows me to just middle mouse click or even shift or control click on the mapping here. And I can just right click or middle mouse click and I can see, okay, this is where it's being declared in the ticketing controller, but this dashboard controller is where it's being used. So this allows me to pop over here and be like, all right, cool. So what up? So the idea here that I'm going to do is I'm going to slap a breakpoint on here so that I can debug when I load up my page and we try to go to localhost into here and we pick our email, we log in and I click on view history. I want it to break because I wanted to see the size of the ticket history, which is indeed 9, as you can see down here in my debug view. So I've got 0 through 8, and these are all the tickets. So I do indeed have 9 tickets that I'm passing into the view to the model. So when I come to the web page, I expect to see 9, but 6 is not equal to 9, at least not in my math. So, and plus these are all just open. So where in my ticket view, there's apparently not, like, okay. So let me scroll through these. This one is closed. Okay, so we actually don't have anything for closed. So that takes care of 1. 2, and 3. Okay, so there's my missing 3, is the fact that they are closed, and I'm not taking into account closed tickets. So let's duplicate this guy, check for closed, and status review. Oh, yeah, because it's under review. So this one's going to need to be changed up to status closed. So if we pop into here, we can see where we have the different colors here. So if it's pending, if it's in progress, if it's under under review. So now we're going to duplicate this for closed. And I want this one to be red, I think, or maybe green. Might try green, because if it's closed, it should be in theory good. Yeah, okay, we'll try that. Let's give it another. Let's give her another rerun. Jump back up to here, log in, click the login button. Hop in here, go into a view history, and there we go. Now we've got some closed ones and we've got some open ones, and all right. So now I need to go back into, this is review. So this should be closed. So now I'm going to copy that guy. Ticket history review. So that's open. This is going to be that. Okay, so let's try to rerun this again. There we go. That's better. So now some of these are closed and some of these are open. My next thing to do here is to this here. This has a little cool little bubble looking thing around it for the background of it. So I want to do the same thing for closed. So if we come up here, ticket status. Okay, so ticket status is doing this, but it's not actually coloring it. Okay, there's the statuses. So if we do this and do close, duplicate, and make this closed. This guy was, we did green. And these accents need to be something a little closer to green. Yeah, I'm okay with that. See what that looks like. Okay, so ticket view history. There we go. That looks a little better. So now I can see which ones are closed, which ones are open. We'll have some ones that are in progress as well, and yada, yada, yada. But now this gives the customer a way to view the history of their service tickets. So back on the dashboard, the next thing I wanted to do was be able to come down here and click on one of these and basically go to a similar um, view like this, except to view the devices that are or the tickets that are tied to whatever device, and give a little bit of information at the top about said device. Okay, so okay. Uh, 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 okay, so hmm. Get customer ticket history for device. Okay, so I feel like there's so many attack vectors for this too that I should probably do a thing where I review some of the security levels of this and going over some of the normalizations that should be getting done on the strings and verification. Yeah, I feel like I should be doing. Um, hmm. Okay. So this is going to go to the user's device and it's going to reach out to a backend that I haven't created yet. Um, it's pretty much going to be the same thing as this, except it's going to be changed to device, and I'm going to change this to get all. Yeah, so and now we're going to duplicate this, and we're going to get all tickets for device. This is going to be device ID, device ID. I need ticket repository, find all by customer device ID. So that's what I need there. Into here. So I'm going to be doing a very similar thing to this. So we'll duplicate this. We'll make sure this is device ID. This is going to be device ID and device ID. Do this for device. And again, we'll sort out paging later. All right, so now I should be able to copy this, go to the controller, do this, change this, make this device ID. And then there is no tickets for this, no tickets for this, or this, and then we're good for this. Okay, so now if we rerun our ticketing service, just to do it and have that done with, get out of there. So now I can go back to the, going back to the dashboard controller. If I go to this device, that should take me here. I got two things for history. Wow. This is supposed to be device. Glad I noticed that. Technically, I would have noticed it here. And this one's going to tell me it's ambiguous. So we'll rerun ticketing now that I've fixed the ambiguous mapping. And now if I go here in middle most, it'll take me to the proper thing. So now I know it's going to be good. All right. So now this is going to ticket history view. So now I need to go back into the resources, into the templates. This customer this guy, where are we at? So this one here, I'm going to copy and paste this, and I'm going to change this from history view to device view, ticket device view. There we go. And I'm just going to add that. I am going to stick a section up here. What's the best way to do this? So I'm going to stick something like this in here, just as an example for now. I'm going to actually change this out later, but this is going to be changed to a card view. I think a card view is what I'm going to go with, where I'm going to give the employee ID, first, last name, start date, status, and whatnot. Just basically populate some data into it. But for now, I just want to give this a quick little run so I can see what this looks like. It's going to have all the devices lit. No, it's not. That's going to crash out. Let me just change this to... Let me just change that to this. I don't even know if that's getting passed into that. So dashboard, controller, customer, ticket history. Oh yeah, I'm not actually pulling in the actual individual device. So I should probably pull in the device. Well, let's manipulate that. All right, so, because I need to get their device. This is now going to be device. No, because I don't want that. Technically, I don't want that. I know the device is going to exist. rerun the website. Oh, I didn't even make these clickable. Jesus. Okay, so customer dashboard. How did I do this quick action? Oh, I just wrapped the whole thing as a button. Okay. Hmm. Okay. So now would I... That'll work for now. Curious if it will work. Okay, so jumping. That no. God no. Okay, so we'll redo that. Stick you inside of here, maybe? Okay. Hmm. So yes and no. Technically, it'll work, but I need to fix the outer border aspect. 'Cause technically, the inner part is the part that's being made into the button. I want the outer part to be part of the button. Um, so if I was to toy with this, uh, where are we at? Devices, the div, I got the header, and then there's the device grid. Yeah. Yeah, so I got the button part. Hmm. So if I move this, So I can just get rid of that device card. Okay. Will that actually work? No, it's not the same. Um, is that any better? No. Okay. So didn't like that, and it didn't like. Didn't seem to like when I made the whole thing a button. So let me rerun this and see what this big issue was. Also, I should probably get rid of this. Where's action card coming from? Dashboard. I don't know. Still ain't looking good. All right, does this put it back to what it was? Well, that was my password, like I said. It's just my name. Mind you, it's only for local hosting. So I want these to remain this size, but I want them to be clickable to go to the dashboard. However, this is starting to run a little long, run a little into my my day will be starting in about 15 minutes. So I am going to go ahead and call this it for this interaction or this for this live stream. I was there and I was gone. There I am. Okay. So we're gonna call it a day for this. If you want to follow along with me in the Discord, by all means, I will be in there today. Um, I'm gonna just go through and wrap up, trying to get a little more of the Trello board done today, and I will see if I can get a developer or two to jump into a chat with me this evening and we'll see about planning out a midnight coffee podcast while we talk shop, plan out the day, and um, yeah. So if that again, if a podcast like that kind of interests you, let me know in the comments. If so, also give that subscribe a hit so you get notified when I upload videos, when I go live. And make sure to keep that curiosity open, your coffee cup full, and your skills sharp. And I'll catch you in the next one.